So in this recording, I'm going to discuss the lesson number 7, production cost statement. So this production cost is divided into two parts, direct cost and indirect cost. Or else we give another term for this. Direct material cost is direct production cost is called as prime cost, and the indirect production cost is called as production overhead cost. So this is a quick recap of the activities in the textbook. It's not a deep discussion. So the prime cost consists of three parts, and the production overhead cost also consists of two parts. The summation of these two is what we call as total production cost. So if we move to activity 1, it has been asked to determine whether these are direct or indirect. So leather is a direct cost when it's come to the shoes because it's a directly identifiable cost. But nail and polish, so we cannot tell for a shoe this much of nails and polish is required. So therefore it is indirect. But salary for the shoemaker, we can tell per shoe, this is the salary. So that is a direct cost. We can identify for a shoe what is the cost for the shoemaker. So that is direct. But machine maintenance cost, we are using the machine for making all the shoes. We cannot tell for one shoes, this is the maintenance cost. Therefore, that is indirect. Similarly, for a bread making business, wheat flour is direct, but water expense, so we cannot tell how much water is needed to make a bread. That is indirect. Salary to the baker or bread maker is direct because we can tell what is the unit cost for a bread for the salary to the bread maker. But salary to the watchman or the security guard, so the security guard is looking after the whole bakery. We cannot tell for a bread, this is the amount paid for the security. We pay for the security for looking after the whole bakery. So that is an indirect cost. Then if we move to activity 2, so they asked to identify some costs related to furniture design in business. So direct cost, you can write wood and also the carpenter fees, some royalty. But for the indirect cost, you can mention polish and machine depreciation, water bill, electricity bill, rent expense, right? So those things can be mentioned. And in question 2, you have to write some values and find the prime cost. Then when it comes to activity 3, you are required to calculate the prime cost and the production overhead cost. So if you see here, material cost is direct material. So it's coming under prime cost. Labor cost is direct labor. It's coming under prime cost. Packing cost is a direct other, so it come under prime cost. Factory rent, salary to watchman, expenses for labor, electricity, and maintenance of machinery is overhead cost. So the answer is not little bit clear, but I have said how we should be categorized, right? So we will end up with the total production cost of 130,000. Then this is activity 4, where you have been asked to find the prime cost. So how to find the prime cost? It is the summation of direct material, direct labor, and direct other costs. So in this question, you have material purchase, labor cost, and other costs. Then production overhead cost is the summation of indirect material, indirect labor, and other indirect costs. So you can add cost of paint, supervisor salary, security services, factory electricity, machine depreciation, factory insurance, and factory maintenance. So then in order to find the total production cost, you can add the prime cost which you have calculated here with the production overhead cost. And how to find the per unit cost? Take the total production cost and divide it by the number of units. So the question says 100, 1 lakh of unit of roofing tile are there. So you can divide this by 1 lakh. You will get 5.49. And this is additional no, it is asked to find the per unit selling price. How to find the per unit selling price? So make sure to write this formula properly. It's better to put the bracket here, unit cost. So it's better to write unit cost instead of price plus unit cost into profit margin. So what is the unit cost? 5.49 plus. So here bracket should come 5.49. The question says there is a 10% profit margin. So first of all, as per the BODMAS rule, you have to simplify the bracket. So here you will get 0.55. Add it to 5.49, you will get 6.04. Then activity 5 is easy. You need to categorize whether it is direct or indirect, and this is the answer. Then when it comes to activity 6, you are being asked to prepare a production overhead cost statement. Production cost statement. So it's better, firstly, you identify whether this is direct or indirect. So material purchase is direct, salary of machine operator is direct, wages for supervisor is indirect, salary of watchman is indirect, repair of sewing machine is indirect, fuel is indirect, rent is indirect, and electricity also is indirect. So why this value of the machine is given? That is given to find the depreciation. So the depreciation is 12% annually. But the question asks to calculate this for a month. So how to find the depreciation? 500,000 into 12 over 100 multiplied by 1 over 12. So if it is for 1 month, you have to multiply it by 1 over 12. If the question asks for 3 months, by 3 over 12. So normally this question will not be asked for 3 months, but sometimes can be asked. So if they ask for a quarter, then what you have to do? 3 over 12, because for a quarter there are 3 months. So we have 4 quarters per year. Each quarter has 3 months. So you have to multiply it by 3 over 12. If it is for 6 months, 6 over 12. If it is for 9 months, 9 over 12. If it is for half a month, 0.5 over 12. So then you can enter this in the production cost statement like this. So direct material, direct labor, and get the prime cost. Then record all the overhead costs and get the total production cost. So I think only 6 activities are there. Yes. So that is the answer for activity 6. And it's a must to write the name of the business at the top, the name of the statement, and the month. So similar thing for the lesson number 5 as well. For the adjustments also, you have to write the name of the business, name of the format, and the period correctly. So if it is a profit or loss statement, you must write for the year ending. If it is a statement of financial position, you must write as at for the period.